Hi, Room 15. It is Monday, May 4th, 2020. Today we are going to be focusing on multiplication again. We're going to continue to learn strategies. So we are going to be representing equal groups with strip diagrams and using repeated addition. Our learning targets are we can use multiplication strategies to solve word problems. We can represent equal groups with strip diagrams and relate to repeated addition. So what did we learn last week? We learned that we can use equal groups, and then we can also use repeated addition to multiply. Remember, repeated addition means you're adding the same number repeatedly because you will have the same amount in each group. So drawing equal groups and using repeated addition are multiplication strategies. We're going to continue to learn multiplication strategies this week. So let's read this word problem. There are 2 apples in Joseph's bag, 3 apples in Leah's bag, and 1 apple in Camden's bag. How many apples do the children have in all? So, what parts do we know? So let's look at the parts that we know, the information. If we were doing this in class, we would be circling the information. So there are 2 apples in Joseph's bag, 3 apples in Leah's bag, and 1 apple in Camden's bag. How many apples do the children have in all? So the parts that we know are that Joseph has 2 apples, Leah has 3 apples, and Camden has 1 apple. And then that question is, how many apples do the children have in all? So usually in all means addition, but I'm going to show you in a minute, this would be addition. Let me show you the next slide. So how do we solve this word problem? We can use pictures or strip diagrams. So the strategy we would usually use is to use pictures. And in a picture, we would use the strip diagram and we would write an equation. So that whole part is how many apples there are in all. That would be our whole. So look at our strip diagram. 2 apples, 3 apples, and 1 apple. So this is a regular addition problem because it says the word in all, and we are putting together to see how many apples Joseph, Leah, and Camden have. And then this is also addition because each person has a different amount of apples. So remember, we are not talking about addition. We're actually talking about multiplication. So since this is an addition problem, we're actually going to change it to a multiplication problem. So right now it is addition because each person has a different amount. Joseph has 2, Leah has 3 apples, and then Camden has 1 apple. So we would just add 2 plus 3 plus 1, which equals 6 apples in all. But we're going to try and create equal groups and use multiplication to solve this problem. So remember, multiplication means you have the same number over and over, but this is not the same number. It's 2, then 3, then 1. So how would this picture be different if there were equal groups? What would you do to create equal groups? Can you make the groups equal so Joseph, Leah, and Camden each have the same amount of apples? And the answer to that is yes. You just have to move them around. So let's create equal groups. So Leah was the one that had 3 apples. So she's going to take 1 apple and give it to Camden to make it equal so that each person has the same amount. So now the groups are equal. So now we have 3 groups of 2 because we have 3 people and each person gets 2 apples. So now our strip diagram can represent equal groups. Each person gets 2 apples. So now let's use repeated addition to solve how many apples there are all together. So it'd be 2 plus 2 plus 2, which equals 6 apples all together. So now we can fill in the rest of our strip diagram, that whole, because 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6 apples all together. And then the total in a multiplication equation is called the product. So in addition, it's called the sum, but when you're using multiplication, it's actually called the product. So let's try another word problem. Miss Fong baked cookies for the teachers. There are 4 bags. Each bag has 3 cookies. How many cookies did Miss Fong bake in all? And how many of you are wanting a chocolate chip cookie? Because I sure am, just looking at that picture. So let's use a strip diagram to find the product. So these are the 4 bags for our strip diagrams. And then each bag has 3 cookies. So if we were to circle information, we would circle probably Miss Fong, baked cookies, teachers, 4 bags. Oops, sorry. Each bag, 3 cookies. This part right here, each bag, is how you know it is multiplication because each bag has the same amount. It would be regular addition if one bag maybe had 3, one bag had 4, one bag had 5, and one bag maybe had 3. But since it says each bag has 3 cookies, that's how you know it's multiplication because it's the same number repeatedly. And then we're going to box that question. How many cookies did Miss Fong bake in all? Okay, so let's go to our next slide. So this would be our strip diagram. Remember, it's one strategy on how we can show our work. But in this case, we're writing the same number in each box or in each strip because these are the 4 bags, and then each bag has 3 cookies. So there are 4 groups of 3. Now we can write a repeated addition equation to find the product. Remember, product is the answer in multiplication. So we would write 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, which equals 12. So 4 groups of 3, which equals 12. Is this an addition problem or a multiplication problem? We just went over that. It is multiplication because there is the same amount in each bag. If it were addition, each bag would have a different amount. Okay, that's how we know it's multiplication. So now what we're going to do is I'm actually going to try and show you. Let me just clear some of this stuff off and share my screen on my iPad. Okay, so here is a worksheet that sort of looks like what you're going to be doing, okay? So this is very similar to what you're going to be doing today on Seesaw. So you're going to have to look at the strip diagrams and then write a repeated addition equation to match the strip diagrams. So let's start with question number 1. It says, write a repeated addition equation to find the total of each. This is, okay, so my friends, in this math sheet, it says tape diagram. We are not using tape diagrams. We call them strip diagrams, okay? So try to not get confused by that word. So they call it tape diagrams, but we call them strip diagrams, okay? So when you see that in the directions, please know it's referring to strip diagrams, not tape diagrams. So let's look at the strip diagrams. We see 4 groups, 3 bags in each group. So the number we would add in our repeated addition equation is the number 3. So we're writing 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, which equals 12. Remember, you can use those doubles. So we could do like a double there, and then it would be like 6. You don't have to do this. Remember, this is one way to kind of add that more efficiently. So 6 plus 6 equals 12. 4 groups of 3, which equals 12. Okay, the next one, we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups, 5 in each group. So I'm going to be adding the number 5. 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, which equals, okay, so I'm going to use that strategy of the doubles. 10 plus 10 plus, we have to do that 5 right from right here. Oopsies, from right here because it doesn't have a double. So 10 plus 10 is 20 plus 5, which equals 25. Or you can just skip count. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So that equals 25. 5 groups of 5, because there's 5 in each group, equals 25. Next question. So now we just see numbers, okay? So you could do either. You can use pictures in your strip diagram, like question A and question B, or you could use numbers like question C, okay? So it's 4, 4, 4, and 4. I have 4 groups of 4, so I need to add the number 4 times. And then 4 plus 4, 4 plus 4, that would be 8 plus 8, which equals 16. 4 groups of 4, which equals 16. Okay, question D, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups of 2. Let me erase that so I can see better. So I'm adding the number 2 6 times. And this I can just skip count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Counting by 2's is easy. So I have 6 groups of 2, which equals 12. Okay, let me show you some more. So now you need to draw remember, this is not tape diagram. This is oops, sorry, I'm trying to write strip diagram. Okay, so that would be right here. Okay, so draw a strip diagram to find the total. So we're writing, so there are 4 groups. Okay, let me just erase that. So you need to draw 4 strips. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you can draw 5 X's in each, or you could just write the number 5. So if I were to draw 5 X's or like little circles, it would look like this, or I could write the number 5. You choose. I'll just do every other just because I'm showing you both ways. Okay, so if you choose one, either do all X's or all numbers, okay? And then you can skip count or you can write a repeated addition equation. 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, which equals 20. 20, okay? Okay, question B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can write 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, which equals, I know 4 plus 4 is 8. 4 plus 4 is 8, and then another plus 4. 8 plus 8 is, I'm going to write all the way over here, 16 plus 4, which equals 20. So that equals 20. Oh, I forgot to write the number on the line. Okay, so 4 groups of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, which equals 2, 4, 6, 8. 5 groups of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to write numbers. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So it's 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 6. Oh, I have no space. Let me write all over here. 6 plus 6 plus 3, which equals 12 plus 3 is 15. Oh my, I'm running out of space. Let me write it in a different color. I'm going to write my answer right there. So now question E, it is a picture. So I have 1, 2, 3. Let's just count, make sure we have the same amount in each group. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now I need to draw my strip diagram. 4, 4, 4, 4, plus 4, plus 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. Okay, so the answer to that is 12. So now, my friends, so now we are going to seesaw and we are going to the multiplication, drawing strip diagrams, and using repeated addition, that assignment. Okay, so I'm a sample student. So now here are the directions. You need to write a repeated addition equation to find the total of each tape diagram. So remember, tape diagrams equals strip diagrams. So you need to fill in that repeated addition equation and then fill in the sentence. Okay, you're going to do the same thing that I just did. And then on page 2, and then you can use the pencil tool. Okay, or you could do a text box. Pencil tool is always easier than doing a text box. Okay. But if you want to do a text box, just do a text box over here of the repeated addition equation, and then maybe a small text box right here to fill in that answer. And then on page 2, you're doing the same thing I just did on page 2. You need to draw the strip diagram. Remember, tape diagram means strip diagram, so you need to draw it right here, okay? And if you want, for the objects, like you can do this, where you have a strip diagram, and you probably need to kind of make it kind of small. And then you can do like a small shape inside of it. And then you would need to do like as many oopsies. Let me move this over here. Okay. And then you need to do 3 of them. So you need to go right here. And then my friends, if you go right here and you just go to duplicate, it'll make another one. So that's one way to go, like make it a little faster. Okay. And then you would just need to duplicate the box. And then you just duplicate the picture. Now, if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. You can just draw. You could draw a heart, or you can draw an X. Okay? And then you need to do as many strip diagrams as there are groups. So you need to do 2 more because there's 4 groups total. So you're going to do this for page 2, okay? And then you need to find the total. And then when you're done, you need to click the green check. All right, my friends, good luck.